All right, so in this video, I'm gonna be showing you how I store over 5,900 items to sell on eBay. And we're also gonna be pulling some of the orders that came in from the past 24 hours and how I pull them in order so I'm able to ship them effectively and efficiently. Let's get right into it. All right, so one of the first sales that came in was this Calvin Klein men's polo, sold for $11.70 plus shipping. It is 5658. So the thing that I really love about this system is that it just takes no time when it comes to pooling and packing the orders. I would just call this the sequential numerical system for storing clothing. So after I pull the order, I set it in my 32 by 8 by 8 box, and it goes in order just like that. And each order will come in and be placed in front of that order. And as we go down the line, if I have to grab another box, I will. But this way, I'm picking the orders as they come in most recently on eBay. So when I go to my bulk shipping page, I'm able to just go in order down the line, double check, triple check that the SKU number is correct. And it just really makes the process a lot faster versus just pulling the orders and putting them all in a bin. Most of the time people use these bins here to store stuff. And this is just when I first started on eBay. I would say I got to my first 1,000 items this way. And then I got tired of digging through boxes and it just really got old. And I wanted something that I knew that I could build thousands and thousands of items on, and have to, when I have to pull 30 or 40 orders, this is the way to go. You could just keep adding rows and adding rows. And as you continue to grow your store, when you're selling 30, 40 packages in a day, pulling those orders can take, less than 10, 20 minutes versus doing something like this where you're literally digging and digging for the item. And of course, your item that gets ordered is always going to be on the bottom. So that just makes it that much harder and that much more time when it comes to the shipping and pulling your orders process. So I use these boxes here. There's going to be a link in the description down below, and I get them from Amazon, but they really just come from the shipping depot, and they are 32 8 by 8s. And I usually buy about packs of 200 at a time, and ends up costing me about $2.70 per box. But again, that's just part of the costs that come into running a business. But it is gonna save you a lot more money than buying something like these bins that can cost, $6, $8, $10 per bin versus paying like $2 to $3 per box. These Banana Republic chino pants sold for $22 plus shipping. I'm always picking up Banana Republic, especially I'm paying less than $1. And that would go next in line, just like that. So just to give you a better idea on how exactly this system works, is that I have thousands of these SKU numbers that are in a consecutive order. And as I do my listing process, they are put in order from front to back, and then they organized on the shelf from left to right. So, we have 12,283 and so forth. And then the next box would be 12,302. So I could fit about 20 to 30 to 40 pieces of clothing in one box. And then it just works its way down the line. And then what I do, once I get to the bottom here, once I get to the end, I then drop it down right here, and then we go right to left. And then it drops down right here, left to right. I do that because when I'm consolidating my inventory, it just makes it a lot easier that I'm not having to go back down each row, walking back and forth, consolidating my inventory. I just found that that was faster, and that's why I decided to do it that way. But really, this is the game changer if you're looking to really go all in on eBay and looking to maybe build your store, into the thousands, 10,000, 20,000. This is modular. You can just keep adding on and adding on. And if you're thinking down the road that, hey, I want to hire an employee, this is easily trainable. This is really easy. My 7-year-old daughter can pull the orders. She just takes the cell phone, looks at the number, finds the number on the shelf, and pulls it. You know, nothing gets lost. That's why I love this system, is because I'm really meticulous about when I'm losing orders or if I'm not finding orders. This is why this system can only really be done, you know, for me, if I have maybe less than 1,000 items. It's a great way to start, but if you're wanting to start on the right foot, you're gonna wanna try to do something that's gonna be something more organized and easy for you to get going. So selling on eBay can be a large task, especially if you have no idea what you're doing. You can check out the link in the description down below where I offer a free 7-day trial of my eBay coaching. I work with you 5 hours a week, working on title structure, on pricing items, and how to optimize your eBay store to generate sales. I did over $178,000 in sales on eBay, implementing some systems and processes that I know that can be really helpful for your eBay store. So if you're looking to start on eBay, or maybe you have an eBay store and you aren't getting any sales, you can check out link in the description down below. 7 days for free. If you don't like it, cancel after 6 days. And if you do like it and you want to continue your eBay growth, it's just $1 a day. After that, I offer an eBay store review and as well as a reseller spreadsheet. Hope to see you there. Now you might be asking yourself,
well, Bo, I don't have the money to be affording these $200, $300 shelves.
Well, when I first started, same here. So I chose the shelves that were going to give me the best bang for my buck. And it was these shelves here. They hold up to 4,000 pounds. And you can find them linked in the description down below. And for about $140 to $160, they're shipped to your door. And they're about 5 shelves per rack. And you're able to hold, I'd say, about 500 items per rack. And, you know, they're sturdy. They feel good. And the thing that I like about them the most is that you can stack them up higher. I have 14-foot ceilings here. You can keep adding as high as you want as long as they are supported to the trusses or to the roof or to the wall. That's why I love these shelves. The best bang for your buck. I don't often pick up this brand Perry Ellis, but this brand came in that storage unit buyout and there was plenty of it. So it is definitely a longer tail item. But these velvet black chino pants sold for $39 plus shipping. It is $7,956. So I don't know what you're all using for your inventory system, but if you're thinking about expanding your eBay business, this is the way to go. I just really love how fast it is to pull orders. So $7,956, and just like that. So yeah, Perry Ellis, probably not the brand to be picking up if you're finding it. These Calvin Klein vintage chino pants called the Parker sold for $22.46 to the same buyer. So it is 6780. Let's see here. There we go. So these were new with tags. Calvin Klein, you know, similar to Banana Republic. I'm always going to be picking it up, especially if I'm paying $1, $2. Probably won't go much past that as those categories are heavily saturated. All right, so next up we have this Torrid shirt. It has an all-over print of dogs. So it's a polyester roll tab sleeve, size 0. It is $11,961, sold for $15 plus shipping. So $11,961. Right here. All right, so Torrid, I pick it up. I pick up a lot of plus size women's clothing. This came from another bulk buyout from a fire relief center that I did last year. It ended up being about 10,000 pounds of clothing. I had to sort through all of it and ended up keeping about 30 to 40% of those 10,000 pounds, which is kind of why you see it so messy here. These are all the rejects going to a recycling company that uses these clothes for mission retreats, for evacuees, for homeless shelters, other thrift stores, and, you know, just the importance of having some type of system for the rejects. If you're buying in bulk, you're going to need that because you're going to be soon overwhelmed with so much clothing that if you don't have a spot to put your rejected items, the items that you don't have on your brand list, then you're going to end up with a space full of junk. So I usually bring about, 8 large contractor bags here, and I just go through them, check for flaws, make sure that, that's something I want to list in my store. And then everything that I don't want to list that maybe has a stain or a hole, it goes into the recycle area. And you could check it out if you live on the West Coast. They're called Just Porch It. They come to your house within about 3 days and they pick up anything that you are donating, shoes, handbags, clothing, and they make sure that it gets recycled, keeping clothing out of landfills. See, now we're just working our way down the line here, filling up this box. So when I go to my shipping screen, I know that they're all in order via SKU system. It just makes the process a lot quicker and a lot easier. And this is a men's Calvin Klein polo shirt sold for $4 plus shipping. It was also on a 50% markdown sale. So these Wranglers cargo pants sold for $17 plus shipping. I only pick up certain types of Wranglers, the cowboy western style, which is the model 13 MWZ, or these cargo pants. I just listed these yesterday and they sold with a coupon. So $17 after just spending $1. I am so happy with that. If I could do that over and over and over again, I will. So other types of Wranglers are definitely slow sellers and you're not looking to get, you know, $20 to $24 if you're lucky. But if you are able to find those Wranglers that are more the cowboy western style, the 13 MWZ, or in other models, flame resistant style jeans from Wrangler, those can be decent. I found that it's a slower seller for me, so I'm not going to be picking up stuff that moves incredibly slow. So 12,402 right here. They're a men's size 38, so also another thing to consider is like, are you picking up sizes that are big, you know, 38, 44, 46, you know, as America gets bigger, those are going to be the items that are more in demand. All right, so we had a jacket sale, and I have all my jackets on sale, especially with the warmer weather coming up. I just don't have any more space to be holding jackets. So this army jacket, these army fatigues, sold for $10 plus shipping. I'm picking up a lot of camo and a lot of army style clothing. It does have a slower sell-through rate, but it does sell for a decent amount. This was $10 plus shipping. I had it listed for about 6 months, but I also paid less than $1. It came from the big 10,000 pound clothing haul. And jackets that are ready for shipment don't go in my box. They just get hung up for getting ready for packaging and making sure that they're gonna fit in a medium flat rate box. I ship all my jackets in a medium flat rate box. I charge $14.95 shipping, and this is the medium flat rate box here. I will sometimes fold the box to fit the jacket, and just as long as it fits inside here and you're not adding extra, you know, cardboard to it, you are good to go. So eBay charges $14 shipping, so you make maybe 20, 30 cents after fees, but that's the way to go. And I also ship most of my shoes in this box if they are going from East Coast to West Coast and vice versa. All right, so another kind of big sweater sold by the brand Royal Robbins. It was an acrylic wool blend, sold for $24 plus shipping, and also on the same rack, rack number 4, and came from a bulk buyout. You know, paid $1 for it. Happy to turn that into 24. I think I had this listed for a good 6 months as well. But happy to get these things moving before it starts heating up. There's the logo there. This brand might be something to be on the lookout for, as this brand has a decent average sale price. Okay, so in all these boxes here are full of new socks. Ralph Lauren, Ted Baker, Calvin Klein, Patagonia socks. And I'm just mixing those socks in with my current listing goal. You know, not the highest average sale price, obviously. So I'm bundling them up and trying to get the most out of them, and just kind of adding those into my listing goal is key, so I can keep items moving and grooving through my store. Also a lot of handbags, REI. We have a Diesel handbag. We have a G-Star Raw messenger bag. Tons of hats by this brand, Gorin. It's like a cycling type of hat. But yeah, so, you know, I'm mainly listing clothing, right? But this is the part of buying in bulk that you really need to figure out. I will list handbags, shoes, wallets, other accessories like that because it is part of my clothing category, but I'm not going all in on socks and hats and whatnot. The majority of my listings are going to be men's tops and bottoms and women's tops and bottoms. So for example, like this Ted Baker sock sold for $8. Let's go get it. 9908. And also I want to just make sure that what I'm listing is being able to be fitting in this type of storage system, because I'm not the one to go out and fill more bins up and have more loose items in a bunch of bins. I'd rather pick up items that I know that are going to be fitting in this type of system, so I can just can continue to build upon that. So 9908. Here we go, 9908. All right, so this is just a basic men's button-up shirt, but it is vintage by the brand RJC, made in USA, sold for $10 plus shipping. Whenever I find something that is made in USA or that I know is vintage, I'm gonna take the extra time to check sold comps on eBay just to make sure that, A, is the item in demand, and is there a supply, secondly. So if there's no supply and there's no demand, why would I spend time listing it? But if there is even like 5 listed and 3 sold, or maybe 10 listed and 5 sold, I'm going to consider listing it and making sure that I'm pricing it correctly so I can move this item. So if I had just moved along with this item, you know, this brand is not on my brain list, but when it's made in USA and it has single stitch and other components like a paper tag that are telling me that, hey, this could be over 20 years old, I'm gonna spend a little extra time, put it aside, and go check comps to make sure that I list it correctly and that it sells within the right amount of time. So this Ann Taylor women's rayon plaid shirt sold for $10 plus shipping. I don't know how you feel about Ann Taylor. I find it a lot in my area, and I'm paying such a cheap price, so I am going to list some of the nicer stuff. You know, Ann Taylor t-shirts, probably not. Basic Ann Taylor pullovers, probably not. But if it does look nice, plaid, has a nice material, I'm going to list it. Ann Taylor, where are you? 12263. 12263, right here. All right. So, I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Do you pick up Ann Taylor? It's kind of like a brand. I did just list it a couple weeks ago, so happy to get it sold and on to the next item. So another perfect example are these Wrangler 20X girls jeans. I just listed them maybe a month ago. They sold for $10 plus shipping. So Wrangler 20X is another model to be looking out for. You know, just modern day Wranglers with no special characteristic like Western boot cut 20X. Those typically I would leave behind, but if it does have, you know, a nice embroidery to it and it has a maybe higher sell-through rate in a particular category, I'm going to pick it up. So I think I took a best offer of these, had them listed for $17.95 and took a best offer of $10. So 11601. And I believe these even had a good bit of stains. So, you know, that's just something that you're gonna have to do in your business, whether you're picking up, you know, maybe some nicer pairs of jeans, but they do have stains, you're gonna have to price them accordingly. See, now we have the row filling up here, so it's gonna be nice and easy when it comes to the shipping process. These Roxy women's shorts sold for $7 plus shipping. Not picking up this brand very often anymore, but you know, was a slower seller. And obviously, shorts are starting to sell a lot more now. I believe I took a best offer and happy to get it out of here. So I'm gonna show you how I cut the sides of my boxes so they're able to fit on these racks that I have. So basically I just grab a box, very simple, very straightforward. And then I just take a simple razor, box cutter, and just go right down. This way they're really able to fit on my racks easily. And just like that. And the bags that I use are usually like a 12 by 15 bag to fit most of my clothing items in, and they'll just line up nicely in this box. All right, so now what I do is I grab the box and I place it right here next to me, and it's all in order. Get on the laptop and I get on the bulk shipping page. And this is going to allow me to really go down the orders as they came in on eBay, and I go from back to front for my shipping. This is just what I've always done. You can go from front to back, do whatever works for you. And then once I open the shipping page, the first order should start with the order that's in the back and then go down the line. And I do that to really save time and also to make sure that my shipping accuracy is correct. Not only do I double check the correct SKU number to match with the shipping page, I triple check it before I wrap it up, because once you get things out of order, it can mess up your whole shipping process. So that's the one thing you want to look out for, and I'll show you how you can add your custom SKU to your labels in case you do get it out of order. You can at least double, triple check your SKU number on your label to make sure it matches the item that you're shipping out. Just got an offer on these Fry boots that I listed 2 days ago. I had them listed for $149 plus shipping. Someone sent an offer of $100. Some of the money, all the time. That's what I prefer. Now I'm going to take that money and reinvest it back into more items. I always send the buyer an invoice right after they commit to making a purchase. So basically I go to my awaiting shipping screen and I select all the items, and I would definitely suggest this if you're shipping out more than 5 items. So you basically select them all, and then you're going to hit edit. Then it's going to pop in a new screen right here, and you're going to want to go down all the way and you say add text on label. You're going to choose item title SKU, and that's going to be able to show your SKU number right here on your label. So when you're going through your orders, you're going to be able to really pack and pull them efficiently and effectively. See how the SKU number is right there? And I'm organizing these orders as they came in on eBay. So I just go down the line, make sure I'm shipping the right order to the right person, and it's that easy. And if you make a mistake, you at least printed the SKU number on your label. All right, so hopefully you could see it, but right on the side of this label, you could see D4 1975. When you add text in custom SKUs to your labels, and that's kind of what they look like. So if you ever get out of order when you're shipping stuff out, you always know that your label will have the custom SKU number on it. So a couple weeks ago, I made a detailed video on how eBay wants you to structure your titles. You could check out this video here. Why this is important, because if you're not structuring your titles in the correct way, your items will never be found on eBay. So check it out.